前裏切んのか？
いや。
やろな！ちった疑え!
Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This is just going to be a little more casual one. I watched the new episode of One Piece today and got some great Bonney action, so I'm just feeling a little inspired to play some Bonney. I will also be playing it this week at locals, so this is just some practice to get back in the swing of things before going back to the deck after a week or so off of the deck. But hope you guys enjoy it. It's the same list I've been running. I'm pretty solid on this list. When all of the cards I have ordered come in, I will have everything alt art except for the Boa Hancock and the Flame Split, which doesn't have an alt art so far. These ones are a little too expensive. These ones don't exist. But everything else I'll have will be alt art, which will be pretty fun. So let's go ahead and hop into some games. Ooh, up next we have the red-green Luffy. I'm gonna go first. I like my going first curve quite a bit. I am gonna mulligan that though. We need something better. Lilith to hopefully find us a 3. Being the Bonney, probably. Put that there. We do not find a 3. Can I get, oh, it's other than Lilith. So let's go ahead and grab, next turn we're probably just gonna go 5/5. So let's grab a second Bonney. I think the Bonnies would be useful. Let's see, our opponent does the search here. We will get to get a card out of them here at the current state. Garp, okay, so we might even get 2 cards out of them here, or a life in a card, which I'm quite happy with, especially if we can draw a Bonney. That's obviously the best, but we do not, so let's just swing a 5 here. And then we'll swing another 5. I don't mind losing this here, and they don't have much board to kind of swing back into me, so I'm not too worried about aggression here. I'd like to pick up a Nami out of life, if we can, just as a good 5. Okay. Swinging a 7 here. Have no problems taking this. We do get the Nami, which I am going to go ahead and use, pitching the Hawkins to KO their Nami. Here we get to do, I think the blockers are going to be less relevant here, so I'm going to pitch the Flame Split to freeze their leader, and then we'll swing a 7 here, which is good enough to get this Dawn plus 1k. Yep, and then we pass here. Their leader can't attack, so we should have a pretty clean turn here. Going into 7, we get to do another Boa, potentially. Uta, okay, they're playing out some good bodies. Interesting here. Okay, so they need to attach 1. I haven't played enough against this one, so forget that is a requirement here. Oh, and this is a perfect spot to be in. We're going to do the Stussy into the Bonney. We're going to pitch the 2k, which is quite aggressive, but I think that it is correct to do that. To make it to where the other one can't attack. This one wasn't rested, and this is a Luffy. So we're going to go for a 7. Which is going to require that plus a 1k. And then we're going to go another 7. This one should connect. Yep. And then on our following turn, we have the Bonney with 2 7s at least, maybe 3 7s. Depending on what they play out, I think we might be able to close the game out this turn. Especially because the Boa here might survive. If they want to go aggressive and just try to race me, which heck, they might be able to do. I don't know what restands that this Luffy can get. But it is quite a powerful card. Oh, maybe I'm thinking the Zoro and Sanji deck that does the restance on the Luffy here. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Another 5. What are they bringing? Okay, another Sanji. So that means they only get the 1/7 here. We let it go. They didn't get the double attack here, which works in our favor. Gonna go for a 6 at life. Hopefully we can hit a trigger. Unless they just want to hold back and not get a trigger. Okay, so yeah, they don't want to go into it. Let's go Bonney. Use card action. Put 2 on here. Let's go 7. That's 1 and a 1K. Or they could save this up for the Bonney swing if they have 2K, 1K. But I think we are awful close to being able to... Oh, they did 2 for it. And this is another 1 plus a 1K. And then I go at the Luffy if I can't finish here. Let's see how they play it. Okay, they do counter, which means I'm going to go at the Luffy here. Clear the Luffy. And this should be a clear. We have 4 life, so our opponent really has to connect 5 times, which shouldn't be very doable here. I'm even tempted to go with the Stussy, but I don't think I need to, especially because it can protect our Bonney here, potentially, which would be obviously pretty advantageous to us. 7 there, we are going to let that one go. We don't have incentive to defend there when we can defend the Bonney for much cheaper. And if our opponent goes at life, then we get triggers. So we'll make sure we do the math correctly to see if we can't get them to invest a little too heavily. Yeah, they can go 10-10, which we can counter and then block for to have the... They're going to go 10. We're going to give them a 2. And if they go 10 again, then we get to use the block. And then we get to have... Oh, they're holding back. I think this might be wrapped up. Ooh, they're going to go again. It's easy block. And then we take here. No trigger, that's fine. And we did the math last time, so it's a 12-13. So we do 2 here. 12. Probably could have even opted to go a little lower, but I think 12-13 is probably fine here. Like 11, 11-14 maybe would have worked as well. 6, 7, 8, and we go again. 13 this time. Go 7, go to 9. And then 2K, 2K, 1K. Ooh. 10K. They need 2K, 2K. Okay, and then a 1. Okay, we got there. It was a pretty good one. If they had gotten out of it, that would have been not unreasonable. In that case, we might die there. Because we don't have very much encounter in life. Especially with the double attack here, which I can't really stop. They would be able to probably have gotten us there. So we got lucky that our opponent didn't have an extra 1K. Let's move into the next game. Oh, all right. We have a real interesting one here. We have Eustace Captain Kidd. I am going to go first. I like my curve a lot going first. This is a great spot. So we're going to keep this. The Bonney probably will get us a hit in. So we'll get a trigger off of that, and we'll get to cycle out to see if this Robin is useful or not on 7. Use card action. We're going to put 2 here, and we're going to swing. Our opponent is incentivized to take just because it turns their leader on more. But they are going to counter, which I like. It's harder for them to use their Set one active. Go 6. Let's see. This is KO of 4 or less. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to do the here. I'm gonna trash the Robin because I don't think that I'm going to get a chance to use it here. I expect our opponent will probably take one of these. Yeah, they take here. We get to trigger Punk Vice, and then we get to discard. I don't need that many Bonnies. We'll go for 6 here. Opponent is racing ahead in Dawn, so that is something to be aware of. They can't attack, though. They need a rusher to clear out this Bonney, which they do not find. Yeah, I think this is going to work out fine. They're at 6 here. Stussy. No, not Stussy. So let's play out Hawkins. Use the card action. We're going to make a bunch of 7s here. So we're going to go 7. I should have put on the Bonney first. Put the first one on, at least. Let's see how our opponent reacts. They do give us a 2K. Now we'll put one on here. We'll go 7 again. Yep, we catch. We don't need Kikunojo, and then we'll go 7 a third time. I do expect they'll probably have a 2K here, but they do not. So this is a great spot for us to be in. We would really like to see a Bonney, but beggars can't be choosers at this point in the game, so I won't complain if we don't see it. Stussy into something is also pretty reasonable right now. Pudding's pretty good for them. I do expect they will try to clear board here. We have at least one 2K, a little less than I'd like, but pretty solid. Ooh, this flame split is going to be big going into the thing. Oh, do they hit us with this? 7 or more. Okay, so they could have maybe played around that differently and gotten the law. Going with a 9 here. I think this is worth protecting. So we're going to no block, give a 2K and a 1K. And then let's see how they play this other one here. 7. Yeah, we will let the Bonney go. The fact that we didn't get the... If your opponent is at 2 or less life, works. So let's give 1 here and rest that, and then play this. Use card action. We're gonna grab a 2K. Our opponent is at 6, so let's do 8s if we can. 8. I take 8. All right, and then this should wrap it up. Yeah, we got it. This is a pretty good matchup for us, I feel like, because our opponent is really incentivized to kind of drain their hand to defend against Bonney, but they also want to take those cards to have card advantage and get their leader on. So we're kind of crunching them from both sides, making it hard on them in both directions. Let's hop into one more. All right, final matchup for the night is going to be Kuzan. Kuzan, I don't remember if they go first or second. I think I'm going to actually take second from them. Hawkins, I guess I'll keep here. The Hawkins is a little awkward. Hawkins into Robin is a pretty strong angle. Let's just pass back. We do need to watch out for Pudding here. This deck, we're good on this turn. Don't get the trigger, but that's fine. Sengoku, fine here. We're gonna play out our Hawkins and swing a 7. Okay. Hawkins, use card action, and a 7. Okay, good start. We do need to watch out for pudding at this point. So we probably want to counter here. I am going to give them one of the robins because I don't think both of them will make it to the field. X Drake here, another Navy card. I forget that this one is Navy. Not one I've seen too recently. I think it's probably correct to do the Nami here. 2 on lead. We're going to trash the other Nami because I don't think that it's gonna be as relevant here. Let's go with a 6 with Hawkins, and then a 7 with leader. Good. 7 could be Grav Blade. If it's Grav Blade, that's what it is. They're gonna go with a 5 here. I'm actually gonna let this one through. If you have one or less life cards, your opponent is rest up to one of your. So no, we're not gonna trigger that. These are gonna be useful later. I always forget what the trigger is though. We're on 8 here. Let's do Robin, use card action. We're gonna get 2 7s and a trash here. And there's even a world. No, we've already used the other here. Our opponent doesn't have any Dawn up, so they're unable to use their events. So we want to kind of get aggressive on them here. Oh, they do go to 0. So I think they're playing around the idea that I have a Bonney in hand. 5 there is an easy counter for me. That's a 1. They wanted to do Garp plus hold up a 1 here. In which case we definitely kind of want to do defending. Okay, now that they've turned off the Garp into a hold up a 1, I'm going to let that one go. Let's see. Garp into Sakazuki, I guess, is one of the better plays they can make, or Garp into Jozu. Interesting Jozu. Interesting. How big do we try to go? Do we just do a 15, rock a 15, and then flame split on the next turn? That feels like the right call to me. Or do we... Let's maybe not do. So let's get in a 9, and then we have 6 left, and we can play out the Robin again. That seems solid. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 gets a card out of them from the... Gets one of the pheasant packs, yeah. So it's still a card down. And they have to give me an additional card here. One more. And then let's just play out the Robin again. Oh yeah, playing out Robin first would have been the better thing, because we could have done a bit more. Yeah. Little optimization there. But we still have them down a card. 5 here. I'm going to counter here. I don't think we need that. This one we will take though. No trigger, unfortunately. It's 1 too early. 8. I'm actually gonna take this. Yeah. This really puts them on Gravity Blade here. If they want to stabilize, and if they use Gravity Blade, I guess they probably have Pheasant Pecs to get out of a 15. But this is not gonna do it for them likely. Let's see what they get. They're pitching non-counter. They're getting a 2K and a guy. So we know they have... let's do the Flame Split. Giving 1 to Kikunojo and then resting, and then we'll go for a 7. And then we'll go for a 6. 7 cards here. They probably have some number of pheasant pecks here. I think it is probably correct to do the Bonney. We're gonna go for a 7. This should get a pheasant peck if they have them. Yeah, there's the 1. And then I think we have to go at their board. No, we can't really go at board here. I think we just have to go, and if they have it, they have it. Goes to 9. Discards a blank. Draws a card, gives me a 2K. All right, so we will see how this goes. We have 4 2Ks and 1 card to hit. So here we go 2, 2, 1. Another 9. We're gonna have to take here. Let's use the trigger to rest the Borsellino. Yeah, and then they're gonna get it. Well done to our opponent. The pheasant pecks are really tough to get. They were able to sculpt their hand a whole lot in that end game. They still had 3 bricks. Wow. This deck one, I probably should have played more to board here. So lessons learned there. But let's go ahead and do a quick wrap up. All right, looking at the list once more, I'm still pretty happy with the list. The loss to Kuzan was one that was probably hard to do. They had a fair bit of tempo, being able to set me back, and then Pheasant Peck is a really strong card, so I won't be too grumpy about losing to that one. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys have been keeping up with the anime, because it's pretty good right now. And Bonney is really a pretty awesome character. So hope you guys are looking excited or are excited for this week's videos. I'll be back on Bonney again, and I'll see you guys soon. Talk to you later. Bye.